Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to Blue Lotus Empowerment Network. I'm Stella and I'm coming to you this evening with a reading. I believe this reading is going to be geared towards the divine feminine energy that we all have within us, because I think right now, with everything that has happened over the past year, there have been a lot of energetic shifts, and we are being called as a collective to unify our masculine and feminine energy, just like the yin yang. It's a perfect blend of the two. I believe we're also being called to co-regulate our emotions and balance and be synchronous and harmonious in our dealings every day, whether it's your personal life or your work life, that everything is in balance. So let's get started. The first deck we're going to work with is by Megan Watterson, and it is the Divine Feminine Oracle. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started in just a second. Welcome to all of you here this evening. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. And we'll go ahead and get started with this reading. All right. So this is the cover of the deck we're working with. Again, it's Divine Feminine, Megan Watterson. And so we're just gonna call in our teams and spirit guides, our angels, and just be appreciative and thankful that we are able to just have this time together with positivity. We've got some crystal singing bowls in the background, and hopefully we will be able to just receive some very clear messages that help us on our journey. Kate's here moderating, so hopefully she will be welcoming in anyone who is coming to the room. Okay, I have no idea why we are not able to see live chat. I see that there is the ability to do so, so take a look. Well, we're going to have to do a test real quick just to make sure we are up and running. So thank you for your patience, everyone. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and give you this and you can do that then. How about that? All right, so we just have a little technical hiccup, but that's okay because we are just going to keep moving forward. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the encouragement. This Divine Feminine deck has a lot of powerful energy. I thought I was going to pull the okie doke, and 2 different times I was like, nope, it's not that one, right? Yeah, it is. We are dealing with the feminine energy. Ooh, that one wanted to pop right out. She sure did. Look at that. Oh, this is gorgeous. It is Inanna, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Wow, that's powerful. So let me go ahead and pull the book out, and let's read about Inanna. That is incredible. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes through this past, year of lockdown and things, it's easy to hide and to just kind of shrink into the background and not be noticed because, obviously folks were not out in full effect as they were before. But this divine feminine energy is very powerful. It's saying, I'm here, I'm ready to emerge, and I have nothing to hide, and I accept myself as I am. And so it says, Inanna represents the power that comes back to us when we accept and integrate our shadow. Inanna was a prominent female deity in ancient Mesopotamia. At the height of her worship around Uruk period of 4000 to 2000 BCE, temples and shrines were dedicated to her, lined the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Her name is Sumerian for Lady of Heaven. Her temples housed her priestesses, and they would each take a man to bed with them on the spring equinox to reenact the divine marriage, or Heros Gamos, between Inanna and her consort Dumuzi. The Eros Gamos is an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within. Guys, we cannot make this up. Uniting the male and the female, the light and the dark, and most especially heaven and earth. This theme occurs in accounts of Inanna's descent into the underworld to find her sister Erishkol. She must take off an article of clothing at each of the 7 gates, so that when she finally reaches her sister, she is naked, and when she ascends, she does so with her sister's power. When your soul selects her card, Inanna goes into the depth of her own unconscious to merge with her twin sister self. She becomes more powerful because she is no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep her shadow or negative attributes hidden deep underground. She courageously descends and faces the aspect of herself that are hard to get to when she's fully dressed or cloaked heavily in the ego. Inanna's invitation is to get naked. She wants us to drop our defenses. She wants us to see how holy and sacred it is to be vulnerable. As above, so below. This is an alchemical adage that suggests heaven and earth are not so separate. It suggests that within us, deep down in the dark cages where we place parts of ourselves, the truths that exist there also exist right here on the surface of our everyday lives. So if we're exerting great amounts of energy to keep from seeing our shadow, it's actually playing a large role in our conscious life. When we can face what we think is dark or negative about ourselves, really embrace and see it for what it is, a beautiful broken place, that's a call for love. Then we can emerge more whole. We can marry the light and dark aspects of our being, and in uniting with our twin sister from the depths, we can stop projecting her onto other women. We can see and own the hot mess we often are and not get sabotaged by it. The light must cast a shadow, and the high priestess is the one who gets called to love them both. The soul voice meditation says, "Can I love my shadow as much as my light?" And the intention to set is that I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Wowza. Well, that's pretty powerful coming right out the gate. And that card literally tried to flip out of the deck. So as you can see, she is literally basically just covered by those beautiful wings. But underneath all of that, she is completely bare and naked. Her gaze, her stare is very just straightforward, matter-of-factly, like, here I am. This is me. Take it or leave it. And I think a lot of us have come to that place where we are no longer wearing masks. We are no longer betraying ourselves to be liked by other people, to be accepted by others. We are becoming unified in ourselves with our own masculine and feminine energy so that we are able to show up for ourselves in this world in the most authentic version of ourselves. And in doing so, your vibe attracts your tribe. You will begin to experience more of your soul tribe manifesting and coming to your aid and discovering people that you may not have thought might be an ally or part of your soul tribe until you have come to the point where you are so comfortable in your own skin that people will approach you and they know that they can because the energy does not lie. They know that you're approachable. They know that maybe you have a good heart, a good spirit about you. And that old saying, stay close to people who feel like sunshine, is 100% on the real. So your vibe will attract your tribe. And Inanna is here to tell you, please stop apologizing for your shadows. We all have them, the light and the dark about us. A lot of times we get triggered, and anger is the first emotion that rises up, because for many of us, if you've experienced trauma or shame or did not have anyone in your life as an early caregiver to help you co-regulate emotions, help you to cope with painful feelings, difficult thoughts, then you probably developed something in your consciousness that maybe made you feel not accepted or not loved or not seen or heard. And when you are challenged or triggered by other individuals, the anger arises from that solar plexus part of your chakras, the sense of self. And you develop one of two things. I think either you begin to mask and hide your authentic self under layers of shame, betrayal, embarrassment, just trying to assimilate to get by, or, that old saying, you get bitter or you get better, or you become embittered and very negative and very standoffish, and you approach people with a barbed wire bat like Lucille wherever you go, because you can't take a chance on letting anybody get close to you, because they might either A, discover the real you, or B, challenge you about your behaviors, your actions, your attitudes. So this card is saying, don't worry about what other people are thinking or feeling about you. What's important is that you get in touch with yourself and you recognize that you are a conduit between heaven and earth. And so we have Mother Gaia, the earth, where we need to regularly interact with her in order to be balanced and whole, and basically just have an equilibrium, a harmony with the earth, which the elements, the wind, the water, the land, it's all important, the ether, it's all connected to us. And so getting comfortable in your own skin means getting comfortable with the surroundings that you're in, and it's important to connect to nature as many chances as you can get, whether it's through having a pet so you connect with animals, or going outside and enjoying the sunshine or the rain, or experiencing walking on fresh grass, just allowing your body to ground and earth and connect. That's super important. Also, just being able to connect with other beautiful souls that are out there. There are people that do mean well for you, that are out there, that you can tell that their energy means well for you. Whether it's just, sometimes it's just a smile, it could be eye contact. With the season of us wearing masks, you really have to pay attention to the body language and energy and people's eyes so that you can see what they're trying to convey to you, to let you know, hey, I see you, or I understand, or I'm glad you're here, or how can I help you? So those things are super, super important. But then we're also going to expose those things that we are uncomfortable with, those areas where we do need to be vulnerable. Maybe we're not the best communicator. Maybe we're not great at responding to people in a way that expresses what you really believe and feel in a way that's non-threatening, or isn't too, like dancing around the mulberry bush. Just being able to communicate and respond effectively. Maybe some of us listen with an agenda. When someone's talking to us, we're already like 3 beats ahead, and so we've already got a pre-programmed response to what they're going to say, which means it shows that person that maybe we're not really listening to them. We might be hearing them, but we're not listening to them and taking in what they're saying. So all of these different experiences make us a whole being, who we are. And this divine feminine energy of Inanna is very strong, very powerful, very in its element, in its zone, so that you don't have to hide who you are anymore. You can just be yourself and trust that your people will find you. True story. Kate's over here nodding her head like, mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's what we're talking about tonight. So we're going to leave that card in place, and we're going to go to our next deck, which is the Power of Surrender. This is also a very, very powerful deck. It's by Judith Orloff, and in this energetic shift, in this new season of attracting, we are going to take a look at what we're being guided to surrender and release, so that we can keep our energy balanced, so that we are attracting the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences that are going to help us grow in our soul, grow in our spirit, grow as people, the journey of our human experience. And we're just calling forth positive energy. So even when these, what would appear to be shadow traits, pop up through this deck, don't cover your eyes or run for the hills. Embrace it. Recognize this is a message that is to speak to you directly, to help you embrace yourself, love yourself. This is part of self-love. Most of the time we don't want to look at the negative things or the things that are upsetting because we feel embarrassed or we feel ashamed of how we've behaved or treated someone or how we reacted instead of responding. But this is all part of our growth journey here on the earth, and it's okay to heal from trauma. It's okay to release and relinquish anything that keeps you tethered to your ego, that would keep you from seeing how you are creating an invisible wall between yourself and the spirit realm, between yourself and other people. So now we're looking at what do we need to do to surrender so that we can be in harmony and in unison with ourselves and those around us. Ooh, 2 cards came out. Good gravy. First one, surrender, low self-esteem. Seriously, we cannot make this up, guys. Look at that. Surrender, low self-esteem. In the middle of the card is a beautiful sunflower, and as all of you know, a sunflower in any room cannot be ignored. It is such a bold, powerful flower that it doesn't matter where it is in a room, your eye is drawn to it. For people who suffer from low self-esteem, you're constantly trying to hide that sunflower about yourself. You do not want to be seen, or if you are seen, then you're projecting a false sense of self because you're worried that your true self will not be accepted by others. And so it says, you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. So what's in the past has happened in the past. It has indeed impacted who you are today, but it doesn't define who you are and where you're going. And so it's important that you forgive yourself, that you, particularly at times when you are not conscious or aware, it's important for you to forgive yourself for things that you may have said or done, people that you might have wounded inadvertently, or anything of that nature. It's important for you to allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to be free. Don't hold on to that. Just acknowledge, yes, it was a moment in my life. Yes, that happened, but now I am moving forward, and I'm looking to do better than I did before. And that's where we are in this journey. Oh, that is so powerful. I love that. And if you notice in the center here, we have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunflower. Yellow. Yellow is such a positive, bright, cheerful color, but if you notice at the center, it's dark. We all have the shadows. We all have darkness. We all have things that we're not proud of, but it's part of where we are, who we are, why we are, and let yourself be seen, all of you. And it's okay, because again, the people who are for you will accept you and receive you just as you are, warts and all, dark and all. They will accept you. Now, the next card that came out, like literally these popped out together at the same time. It says, surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in a quiet, meditative moment. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. I have to tell you, one of the decks that I pulled out, Law of Attraction, we're talking about what do you want to come in versus, just holding on to things that no longer serve you. And if you notice this feminine, and again, I'm telling you, you cannot make this stuff up. I literally feel, I heard, it is divine feminine time. We are working with the divine feminine energy. And here we have a feminine, literally looks like she is just jumping off of the precipice of whatever she was just standing on the edge of. She's literally up in the clouds, ablaze with an inferno of what looks like little phoenixes that are also emblazoned and burning. And she's got her arms thrown out. Her chest is opened up, which means her heart area is opened up. That inner peace is flowing in now because she's not afraid to be herself. Look at the very first card we had, Inanna. She has the wings. There's a star behind her. There's light over her head. She is moving without moving. You see those wings, and you know her wingspan is massive, and yet even though she's not flying, you can tell there's a lot of power to this divine feminine energy. And then saying, hey, you're integrated now because you're surrendering the low self-esteem. The light and the dark can both be seen, just like in this picture, the light and the dark represented in her hair can both be seen. And again, when you look at this third card, here's the light all around her and the dark with the hair and her bodysuit that she has on. You're clear to move about the cabin, and it's okay for you to be seen, both the light and dark, because you're integrated. You're not trying to be an imposter in your life anymore. You accept who you are, where you are, but you haven't stopped moving, because as you notice, these phoenixes that are set ablaze, anything that is no longer for you is burning up and moving away, transforming, just like you. You're not taking those things into this new season with you, but it's going to take a conscious effort. She's not just falling. She had to make a choice, a leap of faith to go forward. So if you're holding on to anything or anyone or circumstances, situations that you shouldn't be, that's like a tether. It's like having a harness, like when you bungee jump. And what happens when you bungee jump? You take the leap, but then you kind of bounce and bounce and bounce. All this bouncing and floundering, it's time to put that behind. And Inanna is a very powerful divine feminine card saying to you, it's time to put that to bed. You've got things to do. You cannot be held back by those things that maybe you once felt ashamed of within yourself. It's time to put that to bed so you can take flight. It's time for you to shine and be the best version of yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly. Embrace it all. Surrender that low self-esteem, surrender to the inner peace, move forward, let those people and situations and stuff that was holding you back, that you were held back by, even the limiting beliefs, let it all go and take the leap of faith to fly abandonedly into the sun and do your best where you are right now. Wow, that is powerful. Oh my gosh. That was a line from Mariah Carey's Butterfly. Fly abandonedly into the sun. That's right. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else is here. This is important. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. This picture right here, this is the harmony we were talking about. Now you still see there's some darkness here. You know, it's not all blue skies and sunshine. There's still darkness represented in this picture. You've got darkness in the shadow, in her hair, in the corner here. So you're going to notice through your body the clairs, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, when something does not quite feel right to you. Energy does not lie. Your body will cue you if something is not right. And now that you are more conscious, more aware, listening to your higher self, you will know when something is not a good fit. So what I'm sensing right now is for somebody who's trying to make a decision about something, do not put a square peg through a round hole. You are going to end up butting your head every single time because Spirit is letting you know, pay attention to your body, your solar plexus just above your navel, your sense of self. You will know your third eye chakra right between your eyes, your throat chakra. You will know if you allow yourself to sink into your body and pay attention to what it is that you are picking up on. You are an intuitive being. Many of us have been enshrouded in layers of bubble wrap because we did not learn how to properly tune in and connect to our senses in our early childhood. And so it's very difficult at times, sometimes to discern what's okay and what's not okay, especially if you've had trauma in your life. You may be used to functioning in fight or flight. You may be used to feeling anxiety when a new situation comes up because from your early childhood or adolescence, your nervous system became dysregulated. And so instead of listening to your body, you get the flood of the endorphins or adrenaline, and because you're used to it, you just assume all systems go. But this is a talk for grown folks tonight. So for those of you in the back of the room, pull your chairs up. Let me tell you, listen to your body, listen to how your overall nervous system responds, and know that energy does not lie. Do not be flattered by compliments or fancy gestures. Pay attention to the actions and the words because y'all, love is a verb. Just a PSA for that. Love is a verb, and people could tell you a million times they love you. They could give you a trillion things, but love is a verb, and the boundaries, the respect, the communication, all that has to be in alignment, and you'll know when you're knower. And if it's not, this card is telling you, if you feel drained and uncomfortable, be cautious. That is your spirit, your knower telling you, pull over, something ain't right. Somebody needed to hear that tonight, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. And this isn't just specific to romantic relationships. This isn't specific to family relationships, although some of y'all out there need to know that just because people are related to you by blood or by adoption or whatever, does not mean that they are for you. So again, pay attention to the people you are encountering and listen to the wisdom of your body. The other part of listening to the wisdom of your body is if you have a dysregulated nervous system You may find yourself trauma bonding with people that are not for your greatest and highest good because it's what you're used to. It's a pattern. People that are dramatic, people that are aggressive, people that are hostile, people that are hyper or overly charged. That may be your homeostasis. That might be your wheelhouse. That's what you're used to. If you grew up in a house where things were chaos and unstable, you may unknowingly be craving that, and then you wonder, how did I end up here again? It is because it is a familiar pattern. It is how this is how we roll, this is how you might roll. And if you notice that, listen to your body. You'll know if it's time to get off of the roller coaster. You'll know if it's time to take a pause. But take care of you and recognize that dark and light can reside together harmoniously, just like that yin-yang symbol I mentioned earlier. And there's no shame. There's no hard feelings about that. That's just part of who you are. Seriously, 3 cards just fell out together. So I think that was a clear sign that we need to go ahead and address these 3 cards. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. And again, here we are, light and dark. Gosh, you guys, we cannot make this up. Every card we've had thus far has some type of indication of light and dark, and they're able to cohabitate together harmoniously. Listening to your body, surrendering to the silence. Look at this. This is that meditation. This is that be quiet. When you're not comfortable in your own skin, you will constantly be like a fugitive on the run from yourself. You will be on your devices. You will be tuned out. You will not be able to focus on your own feelings, your own breath. And let me tell you, your energy and your breath are connected, chi and prana. If you are not allowing the flow of prana, the air, the breath through your body, which means you need to be conscious, even though your lungs are doing the work without you saying, hey lungs, you need to do your work, you need to pay attention and allow those full breath cycles to come in and out. When you feel anxious, nervous, upset, excited, you have the power to calm your whole system down through your breath. Your energy stores can be saved and reserved if you can control your breath. Most people don't connect to that because they are so dysregulated, they are on the run from themselves that they cannot, will not, don't even think that there's a necessity in taking the time to recognize their breath, their own heartbeat. They're too busy moving around, jitterbugging everywhere because they just cannot face or own up to the pain or the uncomfortableness. It's kind of like a baby sitting in a shitty diaper. It's the best way I could describe it, guys. I'm sorry for being graphic, but it is just like that. A baby can probably sit in it for a little bit, but eventually it's like, this is not comfortable, and they're gonna start making some noise. If you have been sitting in your own shitty diaper of toxic attachments, unhealthy emotions, low self-esteem, and you have not allowed yourself the time to heal or address those issues within yourself, and you are like an accident waiting to happen in every area of your life because you're getting triggered everywhere you go, you can't manage healthy relationships with boundaries because you are on the run from yourself, then this card was for you. It's telling you, surrender to the silence. Sometimes that meditation, connection with your own breath is the thing that's going to heal you, replenish you. If you're feeling drained and exhausted, it's because you have been running a marathon trying to get away from the uncomfortable emotions because you don't feel good about the dark parts of who you are. But again, multiple cards in this reading are showing that light and dark can harmoniously be balanced. And there's nothing to be afraid of or ashamed of. It allows you to be free. The next card, again, look at this. Now we have a masculine and a feminine together. Dark and light, both represented here. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding and not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. People who are constantly in turmoil and jumping from one relationship to another, or people who are non-committal, again, it's back to the shitty diaper. If you're sitting in that, you're not going to be comfortable in any relationship with anybody until you get right with yourself. What's that from Lauryn Hill? How you going to win if you ain't right within? You can put on all the masks you want to, but at the end of the day, if you're not comfortable in yourself, you're going to be at war all the time, and it's going to wear you out. And what's worse is it's going to make it where you're at war with other people. Because if you always feel the need to be right, you will not be open to hear from anybody, even people who mean well for you, bringing you wisdom, dropping some knowledge on your ass. You will be running the other way because all you think is your persona, your ego is being attacked. Just be. Just accept yourself and know, yes. And I always say, consider the source. You don't have to always be right, but you should always strive to be well mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And again, we know that your soul tribe and people who mean well for you are going to show up. And as you can see, this is the masculine and the feminine. And the feminine is reaching out to the masculine saying, please listen to me. I care about you. I'm trying to communicate this to you. And as you can see, as she is touching the masculine, there's light. There's more light around her than around the masculine. And he's actually down on one knee. So this is interesting because typically the masculine energy is about taking action and doing something. In this picture, the feminine is initiating communication with the masculine energy to say, hey, you see all this destruction and this wasteland around you? The reason that that's happening has to do with the need you have to be right. And she's not hitting him over the head. She's got both hands reaching out to him to say, please listen. This is important so that you can be fully illuminated. There's a lot of difficult emotions in the masculine energy. Masculine energy takes action. If masculine energy is taking action, masculine energy would like to believe that they're taking the right action. If a feminine or anyone else comes to the masculine and says, this is not the right course of action, or I don't agree with you, guess what happens? The ego needs to be right. And in the card it's saying conflict. Conflict will manifest if the masculine energy is yielding and non-rigid. So in order to heal this masculine energy within yourself, to assist those who you care about in the masculine energy as well, be gentle. As you can see, the feminine is down on his level. They're heart to heart, eye to eye. She's making contact. He may or may not be receptive at this moment, but he's leaning towards her. That's important because sometimes when people are encountered and shared with about something that they've said or done or behavior, they are very rigid, like, I don't want to hear it. But this masculine is leaning towards the feminine with his head. He's coming closer, like, I understand what you're trying to tell me. His body is still fixed and kind of in a rigid position. The feminine is kind of in a more fluid position where if need be at any moment, she can lean even closer and embrace that masculine. But it's a two to tango situation. And as long as we are allowing our masculine and feminine energies to harmoniously blend, then there's no need for standoffishness or conflicts, and the relationships in our lives will tremendously improve because we can reach out and understand and be understood and understand others. Seriously, we can't make this up. Look at this. The next card said surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. We just saw this in the card before it, right? Look at that. Surrender the need to be right and surrender stubbornness. See how he's not fully yielded, but he's leaning like, okay, I'm thinking what you're saying might have some validity to it. We have to be more fluid. And again, here we are. There's light and dark. There's dark around, but as you can see, there's more light around the feminine. The pink is that color that we often associate with the heart chakra. There's a tenderness, even though she's standing kind of steadfast and immovable in that stance, almost like she's ready to whip out a sword and go to battle if she has to. She does identify, and I see green in this picture too, so the heart chakra is fully activated. This need to be right is going to throw your energies out of balance. And so in order to unify and balance, like in that yoga pose where you have one foot balanced against your calf, you have to be able to take a stance that says, I can be fluid, even though I have a stance that shows I'm steady. You can be steady and single-minded without being stubborn, because stubbornness often is not well received. It's my way or the highway. I think we've all heard that saying at least one time in our lives. And so we're being called tonight. Again, this is Night of the Feminine. Feminine, if you're facing the darkness of stubbornness within yourself, stubbornness of people around you, you don't have to take a warrior pose. You can be steady without being stubborn. You can agree to disagree. You can still have an open heart, an open mind, but you can still maintain your posture. The feminine energy often, when there's toxicity, there becomes this ability to be a bit of a doormat. So Spirit is letting us know it's not for you to be a doormat, and every time a masculine energy comes through and wants to take charge of the situation, you don't have to lay down and accept it. You can maintain your position and you can compassionately disagree, agree, but always maintain and hold yourself up. Empowerment. That's what this is all about. Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine's reading, I guess, was the other night, which was really interesting, or other day, but it's all about that feminine right now because it's about keeping things balanced through, keeping things balanced, not imbalanced, but balanced. Oh boy, look at that. There it is. So For those of you out there who have had barriers to having healthy, harmonious relationships, your thought process, your mind, is what is like the springboard, the diving board for how things go. If you are thinking negatively, if you are thinking negatively, you are attracting something that you really don't want to be bringing in. So there's a call to tell yourself, don't go there. Don't allow that negative thinking to take over, to overtake you. In fact, let's look back. There was a card that was in here. Hold on one second. This, I know, I'm going to try to get through there. There it is. So we have dark, light, dark and light, darkness and light, darkness and light. No matter how much darkness is encountered in your life, surrender the negative thinking, because as you can see here, we are darkness again, and here is the light. Hey, welcome in, King Trident. Good evening. We're talking about darkness. I know you laughing over here because of Dave Chappelle. Darkness has entered the building. We all go through darkness at times, but the truth of the matter is that we can control our thoughts. And this is what the card is saying. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. And as we all say, thank you next. Bye-bye. It's time to move forward. And again, it's the harmonious balance. There will be negative, there will be positive, but they can reside harmoniously all in one. And it's okay. There's beauty in the ashes. Just gotta look for it. All right, let's see what else we have here. Oh, gosh, good gravy. This card flipped right over, seriously. Surrender resentments. Oh, y'all, this is too much. Oh, I gotta pull this out. Look at, we started off with Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth, that is accepting of the light and the dark within herself. But what do we have to surrender in order to be authentic and real and whole? We have to surrender low self-esteem, surrender to inner peace, surrender to the wisdom of your body, surrender to the silence, surrender your need to always be right, surrender stubbornness, surrender negative thinking, and surrender resentments. So what's coming up is in the masculine energy. There is an ego problem. Look. The need to be right, the stubbornness, the negative thinking, and now we have resentment. These characteristics and traits are not the divine energy. This is more of the dysfunctional energy. And whether you are male or female, we all have the masculine and feminine energy of the yin and the yang. So all roads lead back. Even though this is about masculine and feminine energy, we're right back to the masculine because these are actions. So feminine is receptive, masculine is the giver. So if the masculine energy within you always needs to be right, is stubborn, is making negative comments, voicing negative thoughts, holding on to resentments, this is going to cause an eclipse of the heart. Your heart chakra will not activate like it should if these characteristics and traits are operating. Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards the positive situations in your life. I believe the next card that comes out, it's going right in the center, is going to be something that's going to help overcome what we're looking at here. So feminine energy is becoming tightened up because the masculine energy is out of balance. There's a lot of negativity and ego operating. And so feminines, you'll notice in your own energy field, if you are being defensive or lashing out, that is an imbalance in the masculine energy. And so we're going to work on activating the heart chakra so we can recover from that. I know, right? Wave the white flag, wave the white flag. Oh my gosh. Holy bat flaps, right? I was going to say, you know what, King Trident, you preach, brother, preach. You better put something in there. Say, what was it we say, like MC Hammer, tell them, don't hurt them. It's the truth. It is the truth. We know that people might hurt us or attempt to hurt us, but we know the truth is that hurt people hurt people. Oh, wow. Look at that. So there it is. So this whole persona that is created comes from a place of low self-esteem. And we had that card earlier, right here. So the masculine energy is out of balance due to low self-esteem. Somebody, somewhere, done did you dirty, hurt you, something happened. And so what occurred is, as a result, these qualities got embraced and the ego began to take over, making it very difficult for you to have a healthy connection, relationship with those around you. Spirit is telling you, this card, we can't make this up, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. You cannot stay stuck in this energy if you want to move forward and do well for yourself. In fact, we had a card that said, surrender to inner peace. The way to get to that inner peace is you're going to have to surrender all of these outdated beliefs about yourself. These are masks that you created to protect yourself for whatever it's worth. All of these tendencies, attitudes manifested as a result of trying to protect yourself. If you were not accepted, your true self was not accepted, maybe you revealed yourself, just like this card shows, Inanna, you revealed yourself to someone or someone's, your most authentic version of yourself, and they could not handle it, and they kicked rocks, pound sand, and ran the other way because they could not deal with it, couldn't handle it, for whatever reason. In order to protect yourself, that defense mechanism pops out and says, oh, hell no. So you don't want anybody to see you vulnerable. You begin to build this shield around yourself because you don't want people to see that you were hurt on the inside by someone else's words or actions. But now that you're conscious, you're aware, you're living in the light, you're embracing your light and your dark, you've got to surrender these outdated beliefs about yourself. This was all masks. This is not who you are on a soul level. So you have to purge and shed what is not for your greatest and highest good. That's right. Boom, drops the mic. Surrender these outdated beliefs about yourself. It says, let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Where did we see soaring? Right here. Surrendering to inner peace. Jumping, leaping, propelling yourself into your destiny, phoenixes burning up around you, Dante's Inferno all around you, because old things are not able to go with you where you're going. And you shouldn't be looking back because you're not going that way. So now it's time to take your own power and soar in your life. Fly like an eagle into the future. That's where you're headed now. So this old mindset, mentality, mask of negativity, stubbornness, resentment, rigidness, it's an outdated belief system. Low self-esteem, you're surrendering to your body, you're surrendering to inner peace and quiet. You're not running from yourself anymore. Now you can just be you. Be you. Live, laugh, love. Oh my gosh, that's so cliche, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. You gotta do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Look at this. Divine abundance. Come on now. We cannot make this up. You guys know I did this reading the other day, and look what came out first of the deck. I cannot. Surrender and self-love. Here we go again, y'all. There's the divine masculine energy, and there's the inner child. Surrender says, sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you are dying. The ego learns what's the hardest: to stop trying to control the universe. And there's the bird again, flying. Let go of the limiting beliefs. There's the darkness. There's the light. Here we go again, self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. And the other card that came out the other day, sanctity. See, we cannot make this stuff up. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. When you are at peace with yourself, you are not fighting and fussing and arguing with everybody else around you, because all of that does not matter. Look at this meditative state. Look at how these cards have lined up. Surrender, self-love, self-esteem, listening to the wisdom of your body, surrendering to inner peace. Look at all of that. That's how you get to this place of sanctity, of peace, comfort, and manifestation, because now you can create and bring in positive instead of the negative. True story. I know, right? Put a check in that box, y'all. That is too... Yes. I'm sorry, y'all. That is too funny. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Let's look. Oh, my gosh. See, okay, this was also out from the other day. Divine love. See, look at how Spirit did that. All these cards came from the previous reading. I am just stunned. I'm like, how did this come out like this? But it did. Divine love. Look at, there is the phoenix within the divine masculine. There is the feminine. What a change. The feminine is taking action and the masculine is taking action, but still standing still. This is just incredible to me. We cannot make this up. Look. Feminine is taking action. Masculine is sort of taking action, but not physically moving from his position. Oh my goodness. All of this is all coming together because the universe needs you to trust. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Good gravy. It's like literally the yin and the yang came together in this reading, because it's time to trust the process. In the hands of the masculine is a monarch butterfly. There's other monarch butterflies in this, but specifically on the palms where the heart chakra is activated. Oh gosh, seriously, we cannot make this up. Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Cannot make this up. Here's the dragonfly. Liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. Because look, in the hands of the divine in yourself, you're transforming. That's why the monarch butterfly is here saying, you are changing. You are ready to fly and soar, surrendering to the inner peace, surrendering to the change. And here comes the liberation. And as if that's not enough, look at these two cards. Look at sanctity and change. Look at what happens. Up here, Shakti and Shiva, masculine and feminine together. Here it is. If you stop fighting the change, you will receive the gift of sanctity and peace. Surrender to get this. This is a unified being that masculine and feminine energy, light and dark, are all working together. This is just incredible to me. I love when a good plan comes together, quoting my favorite Hannibal from the A-Team, because I could not have, I'm telling y'all, I couldn't have put this together. This is truly amazing to me. Look at the liberation. Look at that. Surrender. So just like you were saying, that's right. Hi, Radhika, namaste. Yeah, that's right, Matt. Stop trying to control the outcome. Every time we try to control the outcome, it's like we're putting in all this extra work. Just surrender. Allow the sanctity. Allow the peace. Allow the changes to take place. And let's look at this as a matter of fact. So here here is another picture where there is feminine energy activated and moving. There's butterflies again. Here we have this meditative state where we can be creative and allow abundance and to be silent. In fact, we have this card earlier about surrendering to silence. Look at that. Surrendering to silence. Listening to the wisdom of your body. That's going to allow this change to come about. You are a new creation. You are not the same person that you were even a day ago, a month ago, a year ago. You have evolved and you are changing. And oh gosh, these two cards apparently were like, hello, listen, delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Did we not have a bunch of cards about surrender? So if you are still holding on to the delusion that you could be your old self and have what you desire, try again. Just saying. Don't be delusional. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work to change. It's not as hard as you think. It's about being silent and listening to your body to get to the sanctity and allowing surrender to take place, allowing self-love to come in so that you can change. So here it is. So I needed to put this back up here. A lot of us need to go in and reparent. This self-love, maybe we didn't get it in that early childhood where it's really pivotal, powerful, sets off a precedence for how all of our future relationships are going to be. Step in and reparent yourself. Be the parent to yourself that you didn't have. And forgive those people who were there to raise you or be caregivers. And if they didn't, quote unquote, make the mark or dropped the ball, take that lesson and move forward. Love yourself enough to be liberated from the shame, the pain, the sadness. Fly free. Tonight we've had wings everywhere. It's truly incredible. I mean, I'm going to end up watching this reading with my mouth hanging open, clutching my pearls, because I'm just like, what just happened here? Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it is powerful change. Oh my goodness, change is a-coming, y'all. The next deck we're going to look at is the Oracle of the Seven Energies, and then we'll have the Law of Attraction, and we'll close for the evening. And just, wow, just so grateful, so grateful for these beautiful messages that are guiding us and helping us to grow. Get rid of the limiting beliefs by doing the work. All right. We have gone through some powerful energy tonight, y'all, with these cards. What else is there to know? My goodness. Hi, Radhika. No, honey, you're not super late. And you know, this is how we roll. We can always watch the playback. And you know, I have to tell you, I appreciate you so much, because I know you do listen, whether you're on the live or the playback, and the interpretations that you bring of what you personally glean from the messages always warms my heart and truly just is so touching. So thank you for that. And it also helps people who are looking, they can read what you have experienced and then are watching the video. And so just thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. I know, missed you guys. I'm so glad. I was like, hey, what's up, King Trident? Hey, Radhika. It's good to see you guys. Leo's son was on messages earlier. I was so happy to see her. Beautiful. Oh, good gravy, guys. We can't make this up. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to show you the bottom of the deck after this. Look at this. Seeing beyond. Look at the third eye chakra, wide open and activated. Look at the darkness illuminated with light. Even in the eyes. Now, y'all are not going to believe this, but I got to tell you something. Do you see how her eye has what looks like a star over the pupil? Last December, your girl Stella had a little situation happen from the following year of 2019. I detached a retina in one of my eyes, and I did not feel prompted to have the surgery. And as a result, a year later, a white cataract formed over the pupil of my eye. And when I tell you this picture gave me truth chills, I went, ooh wee. It's just to show you that sometimes things happen for a reason and you don't always understand it. But look, the third eye is wide open. So this just goes to show you, and I can testify personally and say I do feel like more intuitive hits. I feel like I sense things more clearly since that has happened, even though my vision in that eye is, not functioning. My third eye is switched on. And so this card is letting folks know you are switched on. And look, it is 6 plus 3 or 3 plus 6, it equals a 9. And that is an angel number. Holy back flaps, y'all. Here we go. So this card, Seeing Beyond, right? Starry-eyed, that's right. Oh my goodness. It says vision, the capacity to imagine something, to look beyond the material, beyond the obvious, the realm of transpersonal options and possibilities, getting out of your own way and discarding your projected outcomes. Drops the mic. I don't even have words, y'all. This is deep. We've been diving deep tonight. I hope y'all left your unicorn floaties at the edge of the pool and that you are in your diving suits, because it is on tonight. Oh my gosh. Wow. Do you consider things only within the framework of what you already know, or can you allow yourself to see beyond into the vastness of potential? We are all gifted with the magical ability of imagination when we are open to it. We become a conduit for a divine vision greater than our own. There are two ways to view the world and co-create with it. One is from a face value perspective. What you see is what you get. The second is allowing your imagination to see beyond something is right now and move into a place that does not yet exist in the material world. In this cosmic playground of possibilities, you see into a future where anything you imagine has the potential to become real. Tell me we're not getting ready to do this deck about manifesting through the law of attraction. My goodness, holy moly, y'all. If you use your imagination faithfully and consciously, avoiding the traps of fearful projection and drama, you can connect to any reality you truly want to experience. When you open yourself even further, you're often gifted with a divine vision. As a practice, you can reimagine that vision over and over to strengthen it. As you channel these visions through you, you become a superconductor for the world. Why is this important? Because at the beginning of this reading, the card of the Divine Feminine, and pull this out, hopefully I can get back to it. Inanna is the goddess of heaven and earth. That is that super conduit between the two worlds, the two realms. Here we go. I can't get to it, guys, but go back and watch the beginning of this video and you will see that is the very first card that we pulled out. What is it, Kate? Go ahead.
Their face is covered in the shadow. Discerning eye is showing.
That's right. And again, the light and the dark, not to be afraid of it, but to recognize that we all have it. And as you embrace yourself, you will be able to see beyond the things that were projected onto you, the things that you may have projected onto yourself or others. It says, today, know that your vision, what you imagined forming in the invisible, will be delivered into the material world. So don't worry about the timing of things. That is in the hands of the universe. Your job is to continue to imagine, take a few steps forward, then imagine some more, because the universe's job is to make it real. What a powerful, fabulous partnership. The card on the bottom of the deck, the Royal You. Let's see, it is a number 1 and 6, so that's a 7. This is beautiful. This, again, here we are, as above, so below. We have the light and we have the dark, but yet once again, looks like we have this third eye illuminated as well as the crown chakra. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. This is so, so exciting. I'm so glad to be with you guys. I'm so glad to share this. It says sovereignty, responsibility, self-confidence, self-rule, ownership of your feelings, actions, and a quiet sense of empowerment, being self-aware and not allowing outside influences out of alignment with your truth. Woo, let me put that one on rewind. Holy bad flaps. Sovereignty, and I'm going to take it a step further and say emotional sovereignty, right? Responsibility, self-confidence, self-rule. You are the queen. You are the king. There you go, right? That's sovereignty. Quiet sense of empowerment, being self-aware, not allowing outside influences out of alignment with your truth. Do you know what it means to express personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how to hold on to your inner sense of worth and integrity, secure in your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. I cannot. Drops the mic. See? Shh. Energy doesn't lie, y'all. Seriously. Being comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are, and that nothing outside can challenge your authentic self, the hard-won seat of awareness that you have earned. You are the ruler of your mind, and you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are they consistent with the values and beauty you intend for your life? It is important now to keep your focus on what is right and good for you as well as others. Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or small, must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, can you speak up and set boundaries with grace and surety? Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when to plan their battles and when to stay out of unnecessary skirmishes, and they strategically wield personal power. Now is the time to lead from your heart, from your authenticity and integrity. Hold your head high and know your worth. That is the true mark of sovereignty. Oh my goodness. I am telling you, woo! I feel kind of teary-eyed. I feel like somebody needed to hear that tonight that has been struggling with sovereignty. See, the ego creates this false sense of sovereignty. The ego wants to be seen. The ego wants to be heard. The ego wants to be right. But true emotional sovereignty and leadership comes from being comfortable in your own skin, having a calm, quiet surety. I love that word in there that says, sovereigns don't need to walk around with a big stick beating everybody over the head. Sovereignty, being calm, being able to choose your battles, choose your skirmishes, leveraging, posturing yourself so that you're not constantly getting dragged by people and situations that are out of alignment with your truth. This is it. This is it. Power. The last card from this deck, the roots of abundance. Look at this tree trunk, another powerful number. It's a 2. Look at how those roots are there. And I know that Spirit is awesome. I love it. We're getting to the last deck, which is the Law of Attraction cards. And we're talking about abundance. And so negative energy is like a kill switch for abundance. You can shoot your mouth off and bring about calamity and negativity through your thoughts and words. And so we want to be rooted in abundance. We don't want to be like a little dandelion that you can just snatch up out of the ground and that's the end. You want to be like that oak tree, not shady, but roots deep into the ground and abundant. And so it says the key concepts, it says being stabilized by deep roots, anchoring yourself and feeling secure in your life, trust, and belief in abundance. So we just went through all of those cards telling us to shed the false self, to rid ourselves of toxic attachments and rigidity and becoming fluid. This is that steadfast immovableness of this tree and its roots, like the divine feminine we saw standing in position, steady, being steady and trusting and believing that you have moved past all those limiting beliefs that were holding you back previously. This card signals you to pay attention to how anchored you are in the story of your life. Trust that you will be taken care of. The world is full of limitless potential and will nourish you according to your beliefs, regardless of the outer conditions. I'm telling you, there is a image, and it's probably, you can Google it. It is of a flower growing through the concrete. And most people think if they bury you, that's the end. But what they didn't know is that we were a seed and that we were destined to grow in every circumstance, regardless of what was going on around us. You are limitless. Never forget that. You are not a victim of your life. Life happens for you and not to you. Even if sometimes you slip into that way of thinking, if you are grounded and internally steadfast, nothing can uproot you. You have the ability to manifest your intentions with great ease. The message here is simple. Your life is safe and secure, and your intentions are coming to fruition. All of your hopes and dreams are firmly grounded and taking root, so you can reach for the stars. Reach for the stars. Look at that card right above that, right? And expand your dreams further than you can imagine. Everything in the material world is a reflection of your interior world. You are unstoppable and unshakable because you believe that you are abundant. Know that you can easily move from merely surviving to thriving when you pay attention to staying grounded. If you find yourself in ungrounded thinking, now is the time for radical trust. Growth never follows a straight line. You will manifest what you need when you need it. A tall, healthy tree doesn't need to hold on to the ground for dear life. It knows it will not fly away with the wind because its roots are planted deep in the earth. Yes, Radhika, I agree. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Gosh, look at these 3 cards. Look at that. Seeing beyond. Sometimes you have to look beyond what you're seeing because what you're seeing isn't always going to align with the truth of what really is. Sovereignty. Once you have shed all those negative mindsets, individuals, experiences that have kept you, wow, I just had a remembrance about a total eclipse of the heart, that lesson we had about 2 years ago. When the heart is eclipsed by the negative thoughts in the mind, it's hard to open up your chakra, your heart chakra, open up and be expansive. Tonight we're seeing that even if you have seen things that have traumatized, hurt you, upset you, this 3rd chakra, this 3rd eye chakra is activated now so that you are switched on. And then look, here is the eye right again in the middle of this flower with the crown. You now can operate in emotional sovereignty. You are operating as the king and queens that you are. You're no longer clinging to what people say and think of you or what they've said about you in the past. You are on the path to greatness because you have stopped the limiting beliefs. You are rooted in abundance, and now you are creating and manifesting from a place of empowerment instead of lack and poverty. You have everything you need, and the universe will deliver whatever else you need at the correct and appropriate time when you need it. That's why there has to be this radical trust. That's why there has to be a leap of faith. That's why there has to be a burning up of the things that are old in order for something new to emerge. This is all about where you are right now, even if you can't see it. But you're being called to open your eyes, all of your eyes, and see beyond. Because there's something beautiful and powerful coming for you if you will allow it in its divine timing. The last deck we have is the Law of Attraction. These are just going to be some tips from Helpful Hannah over here to let you know you're on the right path. The inside of this deck box, it said, co-create your most beautiful and meaningful manifestations. Can't make this stuff up. You know, I'm always tickled because when I get a prompting to pull certain decks out, I never know what's going to come out. But when the messages overlap and confirm one another, you can't make this stuff up. Kate just sitting here clutching her pearls, mouth wide open too. We're both just like, did you hear that? Did you see that? You know, and it's funny because when we go back and listen to the playback, we're just like, what? Oh my gosh. It's a little overwhelming at times because, you know, I'm just trying to focus the energy and the light and the love to be open to receive these messages. And so it's such a blessing to get to go back and connect and learn myself. I feel like I'm sitting in school with my little notebook and my number 2 pencil, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, I know if y'all could be a fly on the wall when I go through these lessons myself, I sit there like, wow, I don't remember saying that. Well, wow, it's kind of funny. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get to these Law of Attraction cards. I know, right? Beautiful imagery. This is all about what we want to attract. And I have a candle that's burning that is positive energy. So we want to be open to receiving these reminders. I really believe that's what they are. Reminders to help us to co-create the future that we desire and to manifest the present that we desire right now. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. These cards. Ugh, bottom of the deck. I can create my world as I choose. We can't make this stuff up. Look at this. Look at all this beautiful bright orange popped out, right? Let's see what the card says. It says, you are here to create the world around you that you choose, while you allow the world as others choose it to be, to exist. Also, but while their choices in no way hinder your choices, your attention to their choices should not affect your vibration, therefore, your point of attraction. So again, negative Nelly, negative Nancy, we're not trying to hear from you because we have shed those thoughts, feelings, experiences in favor of choosing the path we want to travel down. We want the joy, the light, the love, the prosperity, our roots of abundance, so that we can create our world as we choose. You know, we don't need to listen to Pookie and them. They're talking the same trash from last year, broke, busted, disgusted, unhappy, mad about everything, and that is not our path. We're choosing. We're choosing. Look at this. Good night, Irene, guys. Every morning for 30 days, I will intentionally intend. Power up, y'all. Look at this. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Take the time to close your eyes once a day in the morning and take time to intentionally intend, because after all, you can create the world you choose. So here we are. We're going to start our 30-day challenge, everybody. If every morning for the next 30 days you begin your day by saying, I intend to see, I expect to see, no matter who I am with, no matter where I am, no matter what I am doing, I intend to see that which I want to see. And as a result, you will change the momentum of your life experience. You are co-creating your world. Why not make it a better place for you and for me? Heal the world, Michael Jackson. Heal the world. Mother Nature is smiling on you every day. Every day that you have air in your lungs, eyes to see, ears to hear, your senses are alive, you are alive. Take that as a sign from the universe that you are where you are supposed to be. And get on with your bad self. Do your darn thing. Get out there. Live joyfully. Be grateful. Express gratitude. Oh my goodness, this is just so exciting. So exciting. Okay, I was told I need to close my eyes and just let the energy flow. What message of encouragement do we have? There's the tree again. I attract the essence of my thoughts. Your thoughts are powerful. We just talked about the roots of abundance. That's what's below, as below, right? As above, so below. Keep your thoughts light, airy. Let the light be able to pass through. That's right, Radhika, the gratitude. Let the gratitude flow so that there's light flowing through. The law of attraction and its magnetic power teaches and reaches out into the universe and attracts other thoughts that are vibrationally like it and brings that to you. And so you are getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether it is something you want or something you don't want. Your thoughts are important. This card, I have to share these last two cards. I thought, I was like, okay. Nope, these last two cards are a part of this reading. Learn to prioritize your intentions and let my action be action in joy. So once again, we've got these eyes closed, imagining, thinking, visualizing, manifesting through the law of attraction right here. It is important for you to identify which intentions you most want to fulfill. As you prioritize, you give your singular attention to what is most important, and you give, you give what's most important, and as you give that your singular attention, the law of attraction, you will attract power unto that intention that is most important to you. So, sorry guys, I got a little choppy. I got kind of emotional as I was reading that because there are so many thoughts that go through our minds all throughout the course of the day, and the energy around those thoughts. We're always thinking and feeling and experiencing, but in these quiet moments, take the time to prioritize your intentions so that you can manifest what you truly desire, because the law of attraction is at hand. You are attracting through the power of your intentions, be them good, bad, or ugly. So how fitting that the last card would again be this little child that has the wings of a butterfly. There's the transformation, the dark, and here we have the light again. So all of these cards tonight tying in the light and the dark and being able to fly free. This tiny little child has no idea that these big wings could be heavy or difficult. It's just flying. It's just out there. We should just be out there living our best lives and letting our action be the action in joy. Enjoy your life. Don't wait for the perfect time to enjoy your life. Enjoy it right now. Don't wait until all the ducks are in a row, because life is always going to be like squirrels at a rave. Enjoy your life right now. Set an intention. Have you intended action? Action is a part of the deliciousness of your physical world. But you did not intend to create through physical bodily actions. You intended to use your body to enjoy the actions that you have created through your thought. If you have felt stuck, stagnant, now is the time for you to set the intentions. Create the world that you desire to choose. Look at that. So I'm going to put these back in order here. the way that I'm being called to do so. So bear with me here. So here we went from the roots of abundance to I attract the essence of my thoughts. So this is a call to be mindful of what you're thinking about, what you're letting in. If you have to put up a mental filter in order to prevent the negative thoughts from coming in all the time, do it, because you will attract through the essence of your thoughts. You can even manifest by, thinking about things from your past, people, holding on to energetic connections, mementos. You have to be able to have a clear space to create. So allow your house to be filled with light so that you can attract positive things. Now you have to prioritize those intentions that you're setting. You decide what is most important right now. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's changing jobs. Maybe it's transitioning in relationships. Whatever it is, set the priorities in order, and then let your action be action and joy. Don't be mad and upset that you've got to let certain people go or situations. Do so with love and light. Release them, release yourself, and move forward, but do it in joy, because again, you're creating more good energy around you. Be intentional about your intentions for the next 30 days. Every morning, set your intentions. See what happens. For the next 30 days, tune out the negative station and turn on the positive station, and start intentionally intending what you would like to see happen and manifest it. The law of attraction will support you there. Why? Because you can create your world as you choose. You have the power. You are not a victim to your life or to people or situations. Life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Be bold, be encouraged, be energized, move forward with confidence. That's right, Radhika. It's either one day or day one. So today, make it day one. Manifest, attract, grow, glow, create, imagine, and be ready to live your best life right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Do it now. You can do it. Start with setting those intentions, create your priorities, and boldly move forward. Take the leap of faith, knowing that the universe has your back. Loved ones, it was such a privilege and an honor to be here with you tonight. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to share these messages with you. I hope that it is encouraging and inspiring and uplifting and will help you to make shift happen in your life today. Sending you all so much love and light. Until next time, namaste